Hello guys, welcome back to another video. I hope we're all doing well. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you 5 ways to improve your productivity. So it's something that I think a lot of my generation struggle with significantly when it comes to ticking stuff off that they need to do and they want to do. They really want to do them and they know they need to be done, but they just struggle to actually get onto them and do them. So these are my 5 methods that I've found that have been really useful for me over the last 6 months. So when it's come to talking to my peers and a lot of younger people these days, I'll be kind of just asking them general questions about what they're doing in their days and stuff, and I quite often find out that I probably would be achieving more in about an hour of my day than they would be throughout their whole day. Maybe the most productive thing would be they'd go to the gym and that was about it really. They weren't really doing any work, whether that be uni work or starting their own thing or whatever that may be. And yeah, just there was not a lot going on. So I thought these methods would help a lot of people out there because I think it's a big problem. There's a lot of stimulation, a lot of distractions these days, and just overall laziness, I think, seeped into a lot of young people. So hopefully these methods help you guys. And yeah, so we'll get into it. So the first one that I've got for you is front loading. So this does not just apply to your life, it also applies to your day-to-day. So for your life, I'm kind of saying, I've mentioned this before in previous videos, you should front load your life, especially if you're a young man, late teens, early 20s. You've got so much time ahead of you. You should use your from 18 or 20 till around your 30. Just get all your shit done, get your money up, build your body up, build your fashion up, learn a lot of stuff. And then by the time you're 30, you can kind of just go and do whatever you want for the rest of your life. And the same kind of method applies for your day-to-day stuff, which improves your productivity that I have found. So say the stuff that you need to do. So for me, it might be record some videos, write a couple of scripts or whatever. The actual work part, the stuff that you don't really want to do too much, but you kind of know that needs to be done. So a lot of people that just end up procrastinating throughout the day and just leaving it, and then it'll probably just never end up getting done. But the best way to kind of go about it is you plan what you're going to do before a certain time, and do the most difficult tasks first, and then they gradually get easier until you've ticked all the stuff off that you needed to do, and then you've kind of got the rest of the day, whenever that may be for you, depends how many tasks you need to do, to kind of just do whatever you want instead of kind of spreading it out, doing a bit here and there, or doing the stuff that you want to do and then you're oh, I've got this shit stuff that I really don't want to do, I wish I just got it out of the way earlier. And then it probably just won't get done, or if it does, it won't be very good quality, because obviously at the start of the day you've got a lot more energy. You can just go and find it a lot more easier, you'll find. So this is something that's really worked a lot for me while I've been in monk mode especially. I think it's a really good method to use to improve your productivity. So the second one I'm going to get into is accountability. This specifically applies for a lot of young men out there. So I think this is a crucial part of just your day-to-day life, and it's the same for improving your productivity. A good way of kind of using accountability is to say, if you're meeting your friend at the gym or something, say 4 p.m. or something, you've agreed to meet. As a man, you should definitely not want to let that person down, because if you say, I'm going to meet you at this time, and they're there and stuff, and they're expecting you there, and you're running late, or you don't even turn up because you're I'm not feeling it. As a man, you're not going to feel great about yourself too. But kind of the goal of being accountable and having agreed time to meet up is you're going to be there. It's going to a lot more likely you're going to be there. Say if you're meeting someone than if you're just going on your own. I think something I use a lot. You don't want to be that guy who's just not turning up. People are going to probably lose respect for you. Be I can't rely on this guy. I'm not going to bother with him in the future. So yeah, I think accountability is something that has improved your chances of something happening in your life. And it's the same with yourself, I think, too. Hold yourself accountable. But I know a lot of people struggle with just the first, when it comes to just making sure they're there for someone else when they've agreed to meet for a certain time, like their coach or their friend. But if you've like, for me, I also found it helps just like writing stuff that I need to get done by the end of the day. And if I've kind of not ticked everything off that I said that I was going to do in a day, then I don't feel great about myself. I'm like, oh, why haven't I done this? Like questioning myself. Be like, okay, well, next day I'm going to make sure everything that I said that I was going to do is going to be ticked off. So accountability is another key one, improving productivity and just ticking off stuff that you know needs to be done. The third one I'm going to get into, this is specifically really more for people who are really struggling with productivity and just getting stuff done, is a reward. So I think if it's something that you can kind of look forward to, you're a lot more likely to complete the task. So say maybe after you go and do some housework, do your an hour's revision or whatever that may be, do an hour on your business, go to the gym. If it's something that you don't really want to do at all, kind of have something at the end of that to be like, okay, I'm doing this at the end of this, so I just go get this done, and then I can go kind of do whatever I want to do. So it might be go watch your favourite TV show, just go out with your friends for a drink, or maybe watch your favourite YouTuber who hopefully is me. Whatever that may be, you guys, I think that's a really good method if you're really struggling. Hopefully you're a bit more advanced in productivity, but if it's something you're really struggling to get over and something task that you really just don't want to do at all, I think having that reward at the end of it can kind of motivate a lot of people. So on to number 4. A big one, like I mentioned at the start of the video, is removing distractions. So I'm sure a lot of people, their biggest distraction is their phone. It definitely is for me. And I think the best way to do this is you can't have your phone anywhere near you. So like I'm in a room downstairs in my house. I don't have I'm actually recording this video on my phone, so I can't really do this. But when I'm like doing actual like deep work or anything, you don't want your phone anywhere near you. But I'm sure as you watch this video, you're probably either watching it on your phone or maybe like your laptop, whereas your phone right now you're probably like right next to it. So the best thing you want to do, you want to make it like difficult for you to get access to that phone. So leave it in like the other side of the house, put it somewhere really difficult where you don't really want to go get it. But as long as it's just not next to you, I think that's the key thing, because as soon as you get like a notification on your phone, you're just going to get distracted. Something that I found really difficult for a large portion. I see so many people, as soon as they get a phone, they're just distracted. Their eyes are off what they're doing completely. Or at least if you're going to have it nearby you, just have do not disturb on, and then turn it the other way around. That's like absolute minimum you can do at the end of the day. Because obviously, I think our phones is our biggest distraction. Another distraction that I think a lot of people have is kind of having people around them that are going to just like come in and just disturb you. So I think the best way, this is not always possible, but if you can find a new environment, maybe you go to like a coffee shop, or just you hire out a studio or something, I don't know, whatever works for you. But sometimes for me, I find at home I have people coming in and stuff while I'm trying to record, or like I'm trying to write a script, and it's quite annoying and stuff. Obviously you don't want to like shut people off and stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm sure they'll respect you if you just say, I need to get some work done, or could you just like leave me alone for a bit? But I think especially if you're at home, you probably want to find a different environment to just get your work done if you don't live at home anyway. So finding a different environment is probably one that you need to consider if you're not home alone and you have people coming in left, right and centre, like I have found for quite a portion of my life. So, and the final one I want to get into is have it in front of your face. So whatever this may be, maybe it's like a document that you're working on, that you've been writing up, your essay, your assignment, whatever this is. Just have it in front of you the first time, just before you go to bed, load it up. So then first thing in the morning, the first thing you see on your laptop is that essay you've been writing up, so you can just get onto it straight away. I think it's like, I'm not sure the science behind it, but it's definitely scientifically proven that if you have something out in front of you, the chance of you going to go and do that is increased significantly. This may be something similar, like something for me that I struggle with is like stretching. So I kind of want to get a stretch mat, just get it like in front of me, in my like living room, something like that. or maybe it's something like running. You could just have your running shoes out by the door, so like every time you're walking past, you'd be like, oh yeah, reminded by that. Because I think a lot of people, if they have something like that's difficult, like physically, they've got to go outside, maybe to like a garage or something, and they're like, oh yeah, I don't really want to go out, it's cold, it's late, I'll just leave it. But if it's like physically out there in front of you, you're going to be reminded of it every single day, every single time you walk past, and you'll be like, yeah, I need to do that stuff, I need to do this. So yeah, I think that's a really good method that you can use, something that I've used, to just have it out in front of your face. Your chances of actually going on to do that task is increased significantly. So they're my 5 methods that I use that have really helped improve my productivity over the last 6 months or so. I think for me, the one that's most important that I've really found helpful is front loading my day, and using this in my life too. Just getting those tasks done that I don't really want to do, the most difficult. It makes me feel a lot better afterwards, and I just know I've ticked them off. I feel a lot better about myself. And then accountability too, I would say, is very important too. You got to hold yourself accountable for all your actions, especially as a young man. It's very important you do this. Helps you grow. But I think all of these 5 are very important if you're struggling with your productivity, like a lot of young people that I speak to and see every day clearly are. If anyone else has got any more ways that have helped them increase their productivity, then I'd be really interested to know. Maybe I'll give them a go too. So leave them in the comments, guys. And if you could like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace. Have a good one.